Glad to be back here. That's for sure. It was a long summer. Yeah, really happy to be back. This has been a lot of fun. First 2 days.
Do you know Brendan Smith at all?
Yeah. Played with his brother for a couple of years down in Florida. And just been in the league and crossed the paths with each other. Yeah, know him pretty well.
What is what's the feeling you get just from being back with this group? What's the kind of the mood of the team going into this season?
Feels like about time. Like it was a really long summer. Extra long. I think we really have something. We're going in the right direction here, and now I'm going to put some results together. And on a personal level, like I haven't played as much hockey in the last calendar year as I would have liked. So just super excited to get back on the ice and feel good. And hockey season, it's so much fun. Yeah.
Things are a lot different, it feels like, than maybe when you first got here. There was hope then as well, but all those injuries, whatever. How much fun is that, looking forward to this season, knowing what you guys did last year and what this team is capable of doing this year if things go right?
Yeah, last year for sure. And you got to leave it where it is. We just feel good about our group, I think. We took steps last year and kind of set a benchmark for ourselves that, we're trying to blow out of the water this year for sure. I think just collectively coming in and doing the work we're doing, everybody seems like, they're on the right page and we want to go in that direction. Everybody wants that next step, and there's a good amount of focus in here towards that.
How much easier or different is year 2 under Dean? Not that you know what he wants out of you guys and what you expect that he's going to do for you.
Yeah, I think it's a easier transition for everybody. You're not necessarily tiptoeing around it, because Dino doesn't tiptoe around anything, but just getting used to each other and everybody's intricacies and the expectations that come from him this year. Everybody's coming in, they know exactly what he wants and getting right after it.
When you and Johnny both came here that year, you both talked about a lot of young talent here, but it wasn't really proven necessarily at that point. We're 2-3 years later. Can you start to feel this young group really kind of? You have a great veteran group that's leading as well, but you look around, the youth in this team. It feels like they're really kind of coming on. Do you feel that too?
Yeah. I think it's a combination of things. Number one, those guys have some experience under their belts. They've matured quite a bit. They're very mature young kids, and they've worked really hard on growing in a very small amount of time, and you can see it on the ice and off the ice. When we first got here, we had like a pretty good collection of older guys, not too many, middle-aged guys, and then some really young guys. So I think that the way the team's built, having those bridge guys in the middle, who are in their mid to late 20s is really helpful. It creates a good blend within the dressing room, and at the end of the day, same thing as we did last year. We're just being really good people, really good teammates to each other, and I think everybody's pushing each other to grow and really happy with seeing others' success and whatnot. So, it's turned out to be a really good group.
I know there were some changes. Every team goes through some changes in the offseason, but this team didn't go through a ton. As the guys who are coming back and already under contract, what did you guys think of that? Were you guys kind of stoked that you're keeping this group together for the most part?
Yeah, for sure. We felt really good about our group last year, and feel exactly the same way this year. We've added a couple good guys, really good guys, who are really good professionals and really solid character guys. So they're going to help us out a ton. But just coming back with that familiarity, makes a big difference.
Well, how excited are you for this season?
Very. It just feels like everyone's hopping right in, and there's no learning curve per se this year. It's like everyone knows how we operate, what we expect. It feels like the pace out there is at a good start and at a good point for our team, and it just feels like everyone's ready to roll. Just the way everyone showed up in shape and crushed the physical testing and all that. So it's exciting. Obviously, we got to translate it to the games, but it's obviously a good start to camp here.
The way last season went and finished was interesting because you finished red hot, right? 6-game winning streak, just probably arguably playing your best hockey of the year. Finished 2 points short of the playoffs, which was very disappointing. Are you the kind of guy who like then watches the playoffs, you know, and thinks like, God, what could we have done there? Or like, did you not want to watch the playoffs?
No, I definitely I watched. You know, for me, I felt like obviously the way the season went, the way we played, the moments where we weren't as great, and the way we finished. To me, it felt like it took me a solid 3 weeks, close to a month, to start being being a little more joyful, I'd say.
Right.
Because it just didn't sit well with me, and obviously with my teammates, the way it ended. And I think it really translated to how everyone prepared this summer. But to answer your question, yeah, I did watch, and it's your mind wants to go there, but obviously you don't want to think, well, what could have we done?
Yeah.
What would have happened, right?
Right.
It didn't, and it's simple as that. So you watch, you learn, and you try to take notes for when your time is going to come, and that's kind of that was my mindset watching the playoffs, and obviously getting our training going.
Does it feel like last season was a big step for this team?
Yeah, it was a step in the right direction. You could say it was a big one, but I think overall, like I mentioned, it really felt like everyone left with like a bad taste in their mouth, like just missing out by that much, and knowing how we played and what occurred through the year and all that. Everyone gave us kind of props, but we took those, and obviously we were proud of the step we took, but I felt like everyone knew the step was a little too short, and we didn't accomplish what we wanted to. But again, puts a chip on your shoulder, and you show up to camp, you're ready to roll this year. So it's a learning curve, but it was a step in the right direction for sure.
And you just mentioned, it didn't sit well with you or your teammates, but I'm sure a lot of people came up to you and said, "Oh, great season, not only for you, but for the team last year. Blue Jackets did a great job." I mean, how do you handle that? I mean, it seems like they have lower expectations than you guys do.
Yeah, I mean, the comments were positive, so obviously you can't be mad at that, but it's about us and our room and our team, right? And outside expectations are what they are, and but in this room we know what we expect and what we can do, and that's what internally we fall back on. And obviously the encouragement, the good comments are great, but like I said, that was something that we all felt in there and took into our summer and used as fuel and motivation.
How are you doing health-wise?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 100%.
Yeah.
Starting camp.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you glad that you had a procedure, right, in the off season?
Yeah.
Could have gone to Worlds, but it was kind of like a tough decision, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was something that I could have played with, but again, the decision I made ultimately was to think of this year in the Blue Jackets, and I didn't want to jeopardize a full summer training by delaying it.
Right.
And I know I've had injuries before where you show up in camp and you're not ready to go, and then you're always just a little step behind. So if you have a chance to show up ready to go from day one, in my experience, you take it, and ultimately that's why I made the decision I made.
Your knuckles look amazing right now.
Yeah, they're definitely. I'm not going to win a beauty contest, that's for sure.
Not scraped up or anything.
Hand model?
No, I'm not. That's out of the question for me. But it feels great. It looks bad, but it feels great. So I'm okay with it.
You've had, I think, a series of 2-year contracts in your career.
Yeah. My first year was 1 year, and then I did 2 years, 2 years, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. How does this 6-year change things? Do you let it change things in any way?
Yeah, it's funny enough that some people mentioned that this summer, and for me, it almost made things a little more intense in the sense that you don't have as much to think about. Like, that's taken care of, so now you can really focus on the season and what you have to do to get ready. And so it almost gives you a little more. It gives you more pressure, but in a good way, where you want to perform up to the contract you're given. And to me, it almost made me kind of train almost a little harder, even though I was already training hard, because like I said, there's expectations now, and you want to honor them. So that was kind of my approach to it.
You met the new strength guy, Barry?
Yeah.
You guys meshed, I'm guessing?
Yeah, we got along great. We've already been hitting the pads together, so he didn't waste any time showing me. Yeah, he told me what he was doing back in the day with Jody and Bowler, and we didn't waste any time. No, it was good. We get along great, and obviously Barry brings so much experience, and those things. I feel like everyone just really was interested in what he wanted to bring to us and how we could evolve, and so far it's been fun.
Yeah, he's helped you with the fight game?
With the fight game? Yeah. We actually we didn't have a bet going, but we had our predictions in for the Crawford Canelo fight, and that was fun going back and forth with that one. But you can tell he's got, obviously all sorts of backgrounds, and he loves talking shop, so it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Did you watch Worlds at all? Or any
Yeah, I followed. Yeah, obviously, with it being my decision, I was following along, and I knew a couple of the guys that were there, obviously Z, but a couple other guys, and it was great to see him pull it off. But you follow along. Obviously, you want to know how it goes, and I was really happy for him.
What did you think when you saw Z go get the Johnny jersey?
Well, it obviously made me a little emotional. I thought it was a great moment. It's just speaks to his character and the person he is. But yeah, I mean, John's with us here. He's with Team USA as well, and it made sense. I mean, he would have been on that team, so it was great to see. Obviously, a great moment.
Obviously, long off season. Let's jump right into it. Like the end of last season probably didn't go how you wanted it to go, how the team wanted to go for you personally. How did you go into the off season, what's your approach coming in now this year?
I don't think I changed anything in off seasons. Obviously, it was a longer off season, not making the playoffs. So, I just trained hard again. Came in ready to go this year. It's all you can really control. So, do what I can do on the ice and come back ready to go. Chatted with a lot of guys throughout the summer, and was able to see some guys at Z's wedding in the end of July. So that was nice to kind of midsummer get together and have some fun together. But other than that, no, just training hard this summer. Feel good. I'm another year older, so unfortunately I'm on the wrong side of 30, but I try to think that I'm still a young guy some days. So just same as usual, business as usual in the summer. Nothing changed. Just had a great summer. It was busy. It was nonstop, but seemed like it flew by, and we're back ready to go again for another year.
Still really young to us, so that's a good thing.
Try to be, yeah.
There you go. Was there a frustration level for you last year?
I mean, I don't know if frustration was the right word to use. It was just kind of a weird year because I had a really good start, and then made a couple mistakes, and the puck ended up in the back of our net at times, and literally the worst case scenario happened, and then obviously missed a few games, came back, was playing well, and then another mistake. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to break down everything, single thing that happened, but mistakes happened that I made, and then didn't play for a while, and then towards the end of the year, obviously down the stretch, never got a chance to play, and I think it was the last 9 games or something like that. Of course you want to be out there, you want to be helping the team win. We were so close to the playoffs, but I can only control what I can control, and try to take care of my business. And like I said, I just focus on what I can do now. It's the past. It sucks. Obviously, going through it, when you're in the heat of it, it sucks. But just kind of go through it, support the team. That's all you can do.
Would it be harder to go through something like that if you were a younger guy, you're only 1 or 2 years into the league, as opposed to having the kind of resume you already have right now?
Maybe mentally, I guess. As a younger guy, it's hard because everything is confidence. You can tell when guys are feeling it, when they're not. It's just, this is a league of, you have confidence, you got some swagger to your game, you're going to be so much better off. And you could see that the way I play too. And when I watch my shifts and watch my games after to try to, see what I can do better, it was just so evident.
first half of the season compared to the second half, watch my games, I wasn't the same player. And so that's the part that was, eats at you a little bit, is like, you can easily just be able to say, oh, why wasn't I the same player? Well, I could just snap out of it. It's not that easy. Opportunity, there's certain things that go on that, of course, confidence is the biggest thing, and like that gets taken away from me a little bit, then you just try to keep it super, super simple. And I'm a guy, of course, that, when I get like the puck on my stick, I want to make that play. And when the confidence is not there as much, then you're not making the play. You're just, shooting it away and not making plays. And then your forwards are looking at you like, we know you can make these plays,
Right.
and why aren't you doing it? And then, you kind of got to explain why and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where maybe you're a young guy, you take it a little bit harder because
Right.
it's hard. You're young, you're trying to break in the league, and obviously mentally is a tough part. But since I've been around a little while now, it's still hard no matter the way you look at it. But at least mentally, I'm a confident human being, confident person, and I just look at it with, hey, I'm going to control what I can, and luckily I have a good support system, and be able to kind of put it past us, and now we're on to the new season.
That was what I was going to say, was getting 5 months now off, coming back, getting a reset, I guess, to, we're starting this whole thing all over again. Does that help with that, kind of reset that confidence level as well?
Yeah,
It's like a new season,
for sure,
it's a new
yeah.
start,
Yeah, honestly, it's just like kind of like the chains are off a little bit now. You go into the summer, you're like, hey, I can be myself again. I can work on things that I'm really good at, and even get better at them. And so that was kind of what you focus on in the summer, sharpening your tools again, and fine tuning your skills and making sure you're ready to go. But yeah, now you kind of come back into camp and you kind of have that feel still again. You got a little bit of swagger back, a little bit of confidence back, and now it's just a matter of continuing that and proving that I can do it every single day and night, and just being the person that I know I can be, and that my teammates and everybody around this organization expects of me.
How beneficial was it to have a meeting with Dean and Don just before the season to talk? They both mentioned that they met with you like, I don't know, a month or so ago, just to make sure everything's straight.
Yeah, it was
Everybody agrees.
when everyone was in town for Wierenski's wedding. There's a couple of us in your training, so sat down with them briefly and just kind of chatted a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously, I mean, I don't think you can go the way the season ended with a player like myself and go a whole summer and just expect things to
Yeah.
be smoothed over. Just show up to camp, hey, it's all good. Like
Right.
that's not really how things work, no matter if it's a hockey team or life. But yeah, you just sit down, you obviously communicate. That's the biggest thing, and we'll see where it goes. Obviously, I think the biggest thing is like you can communicate, which is great. Communication is great, but the way I look at it is like talk is cheap.
Yeah.
The play on my end is going to dictate, and the usage on it. Like I can't control what they do, they can't control what I do.
Yeah.
Each one of us has a job to do, and we have to just focus on our jobs, and that's all I can focus on with myself. So
How cool is it? I get the sense this is your third year here, that this team, it feels pretty real. Like this is going to be a good team. It's growing into a really, really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your feeling as well? Some guys have said playoffs or bust. Is that how you feel?
I think that any year should be. I know there's obviously organizations around the league that come out and say, hey, we're in a rebuild or
Yeah.
retool, and I don't think we're in that at all now. Especially, I mean, maybe a few years ago, if you want to say that. I don't think even anyone in the organization was in that idea of thinking, but right now, for sure, I think we have a playoff style and a playoff caliber team. We have the roster. If you look at who's on this team, that each guy is now a year more experienced, a year older, was a young guy per se, and can take that next step. And I mean, I got a chance to skate with lots of the guys in the summer that are out west, and guys are looking good. Guys are looking really good, and it's fun to be out there with them. And then you work on stuff in the summer, and you kind of get that chemistry. You're like, okay, like let's take this into the season. So I think that playoffs is obviously the ultimate goal. The Stanley Cup's the ultimate goal, no matter what anybody says every year. There's only one team who's going to be happy, but we have to make the playoffs to even give ourselves a chance. So we were close last year. Close doesn't cut it. I've only been in the playoffs 2 times in 11 years. This is year 12, and I'm hoping to get back on the horse there of getting back in there. It's the best time of year.
Right.
Instead of packing things up and grabbing your golf clubs in April, like it's just that sucks. Like it's especially that many years where it's like, hey, I got to get my numbers to back to 500. So and the only way to do that is get back in the playoffs every year. So I think so. Long story short is it's I don't know if guys are saying playoffs are bust, great. But you got to take it day by day. But playoffs is the goal, and then what
Yeah.
happens from there, you see. So.
What do you, as a defenseman, how do you feel about, like, if you were to have to play the offside? Do you have much experience playing your offhand?
Yeah, it just depends.
I know everyone kind of prefers
Yeah.
being on your strong
Yeah,
side.
naturally, I
it's
think
a lot easier, you know.
I've maybe talked to one or two guys in my whole life that have played their offside and say they prefer it playing at 5-on-5. Obviously, special teams, power play is different. I prefer, being able to work the offside a little bit more on the power play. 5-on-5, you just kind of, I think it's more of a mental thing,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah, your reads are a bit
reversing.
different. Like your neutral zone, you're kind of facing, you're blind a little bit more, whereas when you're on your normal side, it's easier naturally. But yeah, I play both sides. I don't really care. I don't care who I'm partnered with. I don't care which side I have to play. Just want to get an opportunity to get out there and play my game, do what I can do, and show that, obviously I've showed spurts that I can be one of the best players on the ice each and every night. It's just now being consistent with that and just proving it each and every night. And like I said, I know what the guys expected of me, and I expected of myself now. It's just a matter of, again, talk is cheap, just going and doing it.
How about the D-core here in general? If you look at I guess we'd call them the top 7, top 8 guys, all pretty much the same. I mean, Provy stays and Fabbro stays. Can that help this group in general, just having that consistency and knowing each other and knowing the system and all that stuff?
Yeah, like knowing, just the expectation and knowing what, there's no excuses of like, hey, like a bunch of new guys now. It's like, it's all the same group. We don't have anybody new.
Right.
They re-signed the 2 guys who are going to be free agents. We have the same D-core. Everybody's currently healthy, which is great. So I mean, how do you complain with that as a staff who, we were close last year, and as teammates we were close. So it's great because again, there's no excuses of like, hey, the new guy, cut him some slack. It's like, no, we all know what to expect of each other. We all know, what the standard is we've set for ourselves now moving forward. So there was obviously a lot of talk, a lot can change, there could have been new guys, but we've reassigned both of them to long-term deals, and we've set ourselves up to, have some success because there was some good chemistry last year with a lot of us in the back end. So now it's just a matter of proving it.
Well, welcome to Columbus. What's the experience been like through 2 days?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Try to get the legs going and the lungs and everything. Obviously, it's always tough the first couple of days here, but it's nice to be here and getting in with the guys and work together.
Yeah, you spent, I think, 7 seasons with Anaheim, so it's the first time doing something different. What's the transition like when you get to a place where you spend so much time in one spot and you got to go somewhere else and kind of, get in with a new team and kind of start there?
Yeah, obviously, if you feel like home when you've been there so long, but now it's a little bit new. I also had a couple of Swedes in the team, and obviously we Swedes are a little bit quiet sometimes, so maybe take a little bit of time. But no, it feels good to be here, and it's a lovely group of guys, and it's easy going here, so it's really excited.
What are you looking forward to most about this new opportunity?
No, obviously getting a little bit new, fresh start for me, for sure. Maybe was a little bit stuck there the last couple of years, 2 years. But no, I feel excited to be here, and it's, as I said earlier, it's a great group of guys here, and everyone work together, and I love the work ethic on the practices too. So, looking forward to it.
What kind of player do you feel like you've become since you've joined the NHL?
Maybe it's been a little bit back and forth. I mean, maybe I was a little bit more offense when I came to the league when I was younger, but now maybe a little bit more down the line, like third, fourth line. But no, I feel like I can be strong on both sides of the puck. But obviously, I want to be a guy they can trust in all situations on the ice. So hopefully, I can keep up with that.
Do you? I mean, as you said, an offensive player when you were younger. Is there part of you that would like to kind of, boost that part a little bit more?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I'm pretty strong at the puck, and I just don't want to throw away the puck. So I got to be strong on the puck and try to make some plays too. I know I have that in the back, so I just gotta work for it.
When you were a free agent and you were looking for other places, how much looking into here did you do as far as what kind of players they had here, who was here? Did you do any of that, or was that afterward?
Yeah, no, obviously a little bit. I know it's a hard-working team for sure. I don't think it's any guy who think just about themselves and that kind of way. So I think everyone is really working. If you're on the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, I think every guy is going, and you can see that on the practice too. So that's probably one thing because I like that too. I like to work and do the small things right. So, and yeah, when I've been on the road, I like the city. It's kind of cozy and a little bit smaller than Anaheim and Los Angeles and everything. So I'm looking forward to it because I'm from Sweden too, and it's a little bit quieter, darker, and yeah, so I like it.
Cool. It feels more like home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
When you hit free agency, what was kind of that experience like, and what maybe about Columbus kind of stood out as far as this being the place that you wanted to end up?
Yeah, for sure. That's my first time I went to free agency and different teams calling my agent and going back and forth all the time. But when Columbus come up and they wanted me, so no, as I said earlier, I like the players that is here. Always tough to come to Columbus and play these guys. Always working hard. So that was one thing that I like.
Did you know anybody on the team at all before you got here? Do you have any relationships with guys at this point?
No, nobody. I played a little bit with Reeser when he came to Anaheim too, for like 1 year maybe. I actually played a little bit with Jarls too when he back home in Luleå, but otherwise no. So that's a new experience for me for sure. It's a little bit new, and obviously it's a little bit tougher in the start, but it will go easier as we go on here.
So the between the legs goal, you talk about maybe having some skill. Was that a part of the repertoire as well?
Yeah, sometimes you have to try that too. So no, obviously I got to keep working.
Isaac, you're still a young guy, but do you feel like this is a good time in your career to have new coaches, a new place to play? Is it energizing in a way? Does it bring a new sort of focus to your career?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm 25 years old. I'm 26 in November, so obviously it's a good age, and I think I can improve my game for sure. So I'm really excited to get a new opportunity here in Columbus.
Have you had a chance to talk to the coaches kind of one-on-one at all about what they are looking for from you?
Not really. That it's pretty early still, but I just try to work hard and get the legs going here. It's, as I said earlier, it's the first days here, and obviously it's tough, and the lungs is going, the legs is going, but yeah, it's good to be here.
At your age, you said 25, going to be 26, and experience level, like, do you look at it saying, hey, I could come in here and like I might not be pigeonholed or stuck in the fourth line or whatever. You could maybe earn your way up the lineup if you play well?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I had some offense, as I said earlier, so I think I could do a little bit different roles. That's who I think I am, and I know I have the ability to do that in the offense too, and not just be the loyal guy in the D zone, but obviously I always working hard and keep the details going.
Dante, so obviously great to be back with the guys, but tomorrow you guys get to play in front of the fans for the very first time. So what are your thoughts on that? Where's the excitement level to see the fifth line again in Nationwide Arena?
Yeah, I mean, just obviously, as a player's perspective, getting back out on the ice and having the season kind of just around the corner is obviously exciting. And again, like you said, getting to see our fans again and to people who have been so loyal to us and our team. And obviously, we know as a team we came up short last year, and to have that excitement coming into this year and knowing what we have up and down the lineup is definitely exciting.
All right. Thanks, Dante.
I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about Damon Severson. I mean, obviously last year at the end especially didn't go the way he wanted. Fresh start, we're here. Is that the best way for him and for everyone to kind of look at it? It's just like a restart type of thing for him to kind of get it going again?
I don't know if I'd say that. I know we had a great meeting middle of the summer, or maybe it wasn't even middle. But yeah, when he came into town, we sat down and discussed how last year went and how we need to communicate moving forward, and have the understanding of his thought process, ours of how we want to play the game, and yeah, he's going to be a big part of our hockey team. And do we want him out of the lineup? No, of course not. We want him in the lineup, and so yeah, we're just looking forward to us all getting on the same page and then to move forward.
I think when people look at him, especially externally, they'll look at the salary, the number, you know, that kind of stuff. But I mean, he's a veteran player, right? Like, so how important is it, I guess, to have your veterans all, you know, consistently contribute on a nightly basis? And in his case, I mean, he could really be kind of an X factor for you guys that maybe you didn't have all of last year.
Yeah, salary means nothing in the coach's room, I'll tell you that. It's, you know, it's warranted. Play is warranted of how you play, regardless of how many years you played or what your paycheck says. And, you know, hopefully that we've established that standard here, and if you do the right things, you play. And, you know, yeah, we think he's a guy that can help in all areas, both ends of the rink, defensively, offensively, some power plays, penalty kill, obviously, and a guy, as you said, that's been around that can help in a leadership role.
As you go through getting ready for your first game, do you ramp it up and then maybe back off a little bit, or do you want these guys to play through? You know, game hard the next couple of days and then just play hard through the game?
Yeah, it's a difficult question this year with the 4 in a row, right? You know, it's unique, so our thought process is to, you know, get each zone taken care of here in these first 3 days. D zone yesterday, neutral zone, we'll do some offensive zone, and obviously special teams on every single day. And then the 4 games, you know, it's going to be not difficult, but it's you know, there's going to be a lot of players playing. You can't really get too consistent with it with 4 in a row. I'll tell you this, that on that 4th day, the team that's not playing in that game will scrimmage so that we can get a game, you know, like we've had a little bit of scrimmage at the end of, you know, drills, and tomorrow we'll have a little 3-on-3, 4-on-4, power play, PK, scrimmage, and a little, actually 5-on-5 too. But then, you know, we want everybody to play kind of a simulated game if we're not playing those games, you know, early, the first 2 or 3 or 4, obviously. I think everybody's in the first 4 games, at least 1 game. So as far as that goes, yeah, do you want to just, you know, keep elevating up? I mean, our practices are literally the same. It's just, you know, the drills are different, but we're paced for 20 minutes. We teach for another, you know, half hour or so, and, you know, hopefully dial our systems in, but get our legs under us as well.
It's a smaller camp than usual, 56 guys, I think, maybe 53.
Was it smaller than last year? I thought it was around the same, no? Yeah, I think it was, but.
From what you just said, is everybody going to play in the game that's here?
Good question. I believe so, but I can't quote me on that because, you know, we haven't ran all the numbers. We have ran the numbers, what am I saying? But I'm not 100%. There might be a couple guys that don't, but pretty much everyone that's here will get a game. And, you know, I don't think that happens a lot in NHL camps. But again, with the 4 in a row, you know, we need everybody to play, which is great for people that come to NHL camps. So, you know, I think we talked about it yesterday, but we do have template for it each and every game, and it'll fluctuate from there. But yeah, we're looking forward to seeing a lot of guys, a lot of different people, new people, and older, and or veteran guys playing in games, you know, shortly here.
Were you impressed with Nolan Lalonde's dance moves at the end of practice?
Do
you think he had it in him?
I didn't watch.
Couldn't watch?
No, I understood, like, there was a bit of an accountability that he had to be accountable to his teammates for.
Yeah.
And that's what they chose. That's their decision. That was not a coaching decision, I'll tell you that. But yeah, we talked about accountability all the time, and that was his accountability meeting.
What if, it's only 2 days in, what do you know about Lundestrom, Isak Lundestrom?
Yeah.
And has he kind of shown you anything? I mean, it's hard in these things, I know. But
Yeah. I'm gonna be very careful and cautious, obviously, to, say this guy's impressed me, and that guy's impressed me. But I'll tell you this, it's nice to get on the ice and see, we've watched tape and we've seen guys play that, that we've signed or traded or what have you for, but it's nice to actually see them up close and see the speed and the skill set and the work ethic. And then, no different than everybody else in camp, we're looking for that attention to detail and then the work ethic and all that good stuff. So I'll tell you this, yeah, he's impressed us with his attention to detail and his skill set for sure. Thank you.
He's an interesting case too because he's in his mid-20s. He's been in the league for 6-7 years already, but all with one team. So it's like what they call new setting or whatever. I mean that can kind of help a guy sometimes take another development. To just
Well,
get
I
a
think
little
so.
change.
Yeah, he certainly looks excited. He looks, just watching him interact with his teammates. There's, he's very, in with the guys already, and so yeah, that's positive as well. And I think you have a certain confidence level if you've been in the league for a while, right? And regardless of excuse me, what camp you're in and what have you, you have a confidence level that you can play in the National Hockey League, and he knows he can, and so do we.